This message is for any young person out there or anybody rocking with young people, specifically teenagers. I want to remind you of how amazing you are and how incredible it is for you to be at the age that you're at right now and to see the world from the perspective you're seeing it from. You know, you have a whole life ahead of you, and I want you to use this time to really think about the changes you can make, the impact you can have, not only on your life and your community and the people who you have around you, but on an entire planet for generations to come. You know, when I was a teen, I thought that way. I thought that, you know, I mattered, I was of value, and that all I needed to do was to stay committed to a journey that allowed for me to explore my curiosities, allow myself to acquire the resources, the skills, the tools that was needed for the journey to help me manifest the vision I had for the world. And I'm so, so, so grateful to have made that commitment to myself, because if I didn't, I could have gotten lost into the safari of what was designed for my life. Because growing up, it was hard. It was really hard in the context of what the streets had laid out and ready for me. You know what I mean? And many of my peers, many of the homies, you know, shout out to the folks that made it. Shout out to the folks that tried to make it, but many of us did not. And I want to let you know that you are the sum total of the people who you have around you. So please, please, please hear me out on this. If people around you are not providing you with ways to become a better person, now is a time for you to assess who you have around you and make a very, very clear decision to no longer invest into any human being that's going to bring you to your downfall, that's going to bring out the worst of you. You want somebody and you want people that's going to bring out the best in you. You want people who are going to challenge you to become better, to become that person that you see yourself being, okay? So one of the things I pride myself on as a teenager is that nobody could have gotten me to smoke or drink or do anything I didn't want to do. I pride myself on not drinking anything until I was in my 30s. I didn't smoke anything until I was in my 30s, because I made a decision that I'm not going to let nobody peer pressure me into doing anything I don't want to do. Now, for some of you might think it's normal because you see everybody around you doing it, but like if something ain't right, don't do it. Period. It's just that simple. Don't do it. And if they pressure you, fine. You'll learn how to stand your ground, stand rooted in what's important to you. And if you could be in practice with that now, it's going to benefit you so much, because there's going to be things that you're going to believe in that you want to see get brought to fruition. And it's going to require that ability to like stay grounded for a long time, stay disciplined. So yeah, I want y'all to think blue sky, think as big as you can, dream big, believe in yourself, tap into your passions. If you look at the word passion, it says pass I on. So continue to pass yourself on into this world passionately. Believe in yourself. Decolonize your beliefs that you are not worthy, because you are. You understand me? I'm sending y'all mad love. I believe that the future is you. You are the future. 100%. We're depending on you. 100%. So if you have an idea and you need to get that idea out, especially if that idea is something that's going to make your community better, your school better, your life better. If you see something that could really, really change the game, like if you see that there's a problem happening, or like you don't like the way something is flowing culturally and you just want to make a difference, believe in that. Do right. Do right. I remember being on this retreat way back, early 2000s, and my roommate, this brother from, I want to say he was from either Pennsylvania or Ohio, white brother, And he woke everybody up on like night 4 of this retreat. It was a peace training institute retreat. Yeah, he woke everybody up, upset, saying he can't go back home because he doesn't know what his people would think of him when he goes back home. And he was crying, upset. And one of the things he pointed out was that there was a woman there that he had liked. And he made everyone center around him because he was making a lot of noise that night. And he was like, I can't go back home because I can't tell people I love this woman or I like this woman because she's Jewish. And I'm like, what's wrong with that? The heck is wrong with that? And he went on and on and on. And then he came and he brought the attention over to me. And I was his roommate. And homie was like, and this guy here, he's like super cool. Like, I can't tell my friends I was like sharing a room with a black dude. And what's the problem with that? Now, mind you, we're at a peace training institute. So, he was having a hard time. But long story short, homie had a tattoo. He had a tattoo that was a Nazi tattoo. And that shit threw everybody. We were like, wait, what? And what I learned a lot. But in that moment, I was like, hold on. One, what made him come to this retreat? What made this person interested in being at this retreat? Two, what I got from this was the fact that he was crying out for resources and tools to integrate what he was learning at this experience to go back home. And I find that many of us, we get inspired. We want to do better. We want to do what's right, morally right, what feels good ethically. But then our environments may not be conducive to the things that we know to be right for ourselves. And we don't know how to integrate it. And that's the issue. How do we integrate what we know is best when we know our environments are not conducive? So you might have a household that might be really challenging for you to do what's right. You might have the company you keep, the people who you have around you, that's not conducive to you doing what's right. And all you want to do is what's right by you and the world that you exist in. And I just want to let you know that Connection is here to supply you with the resources, the tools, the people, the inspiration, the stories of how to integrate your inspiration, how to integrate what's right. Because I'm looking for those stories. So if you are someone who have been inspired to take action, to do something really bold and beautiful, and you found a way to create a project or invent something or innovate something and bring it to life, and that was your way of integrating into action, let's inspire more people with that story. Because I feel like that's what it is. Many of us just don't know how to integrate the wisdom, When you know something and you're able to apply that knowing through your wisdom, through that lived experience, then you can make other people understand it through the way in which you integrate it. So let's connect you with the right people, the right places, the right opportunities, the right tools, the right resources. And never stop believing in yourself. Never stop trusting yourself. And keep decolonizing your life. Stay up. Stay connected.